Stigma. I was not ready for that. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the raid. Hello. Hold on. Okay. Oh, God, I was not ready for you. Hello, everybody. How are you? Stigma, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I will keep that. I got them cheeks, yo. That thing that I am now leading. Hello, everybody. I'm live. Good God, that was not expected, but that's okay. Is my audio working? Okay, trying a couple different things. We are live currently on Instagram, which I guess I earned access to do without having to use some separate application, so that's fun. But everybody, hi. Thank you so much for the raid, Stigma. How was your stream? Okay, we have a couple shout-outs going on. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. Take my friends. I'll take them. I will take them all. Okay, I think I'm caught up with everybody. But hello, everybody. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch. I think we're good. I think we're high. We're good? We're good. All right. Oh, hi, Big Brat. How are you?
Chris.
Let's see.
This is... I'm Stigma.
Sorry, this is something I've never done before on my own.
I can't believe we jumped at the exact...
So I'm trying to make sure that this is all working. But Stigma, thank you again for the raid. I hope Oh Dear was fun. Everybody, welcome in. We're doing art tonight. It's our normal Wednesday day stream. Wednesday day? That sounds weird. It's our normal Wednesday stream. We're working on the ship again. I've got Maya trying to open here. It's 2025, so they just released the new software version like today. So that's kind of cool. So let's see how much we can break it. Stream was good. Played some Resident Evil 3 and then Oh Dear, which is always fun. Oh, nice. That's cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing, gorgeous? I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, Big Brat? Holy crap. So it's working. It is working. It works, Chris. I see it. I need to figure out what to do with chat, though, because the chat is... It's on a separate window. It's not the end of the world, but it's not the best thing in the world. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I also need to make myself smaller because, like, I'm huge. There we go. Let's fix that. But this is cool. I'm using the default, like, Harris Heller plugin, so that's working really well. Better now that I see that lovely face. Well, Big Brat, I'm happy I can make your day just a tad bit brighter. Can you see the chats here? Yes, I can see the chats. I have you open on, like, an entire separate window, Chris, so I can see... everybody chatting on Instagram. So hello, Instagram. This is the first. It's good to see you all. And Sydney, I can see you. Hello, babe. How are you? Let's see. I'm better now. Let's see. Okay. I think we're good. All right. I've got my 2025 open, and it's a... oh, God. I hate this. All right, hold on. Okay. So we're here. This is new. They've added a lot of tools. There's a lot of tools I'm excited about. I didn't look at all of them yet. I mostly looked at the modeling tools since that's what I'm working with the most right now. Oh, dude, it's morning. Going to go back 1 hour after some work. Would you continue for a long time? And 3D Studio, I'll be going for 3 hours. So you got plenty of time. And if not, I stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday. Yes. But thank you for jumping in, N3D Studio. For those of you on Instagram, I'm probably going to screw your names up. I'm sorry. It's the first time I'm seeing you live, and I'm terrible with names, so welcome to my nightmare. I'm just so bad with names. But first of all, let's get our project open here, because, oh, God. I lost all my stuff. All my stuff is in 2024. I'm hoping I can just use 2025. I may not be able to. Usually there's some sort of conversion you have to do, and I don't really want to deal with that right now. But let's see if it just works. So we're going to open up, which one's my new file? Is it this one? No, it's this one. This one? Oh, I created a new file. Where'd it go? Current working file, 326. That's the new one. Okay. Same here. I'm sorry, Patrick. It's, yeah, this is my normal streaming time. It's usually in the evenings. I'm going to experiment with some day ones, and for everyone watching right now, we are about to hit, what is it? Let's see. We're about to hit 1K on YouTube. Once we hit 1K on YouTube, I will be doing a 12-hour stream on a Saturday or something like that, so keep that in mind. That's coming. If you don't follow me on YouTube, make sure you follow me on YouTube. There's some good tutorials on there, and I'm trying to add some more content and make it nicer. So far, I am... what in the hell happened here? Oh, boy. I don't know what happened there. That was a solid piece. What else did 2025 do? Oh, Cat, thank you for the bit. Okay, well, not too much has changed. I'm just trying to make sure that my model didn't break. Transferring over to 2025, it looks like it's okay. Aside from this part, I'm going to have to fix that. I don't even know what happened there. I know I finished that part. It deleted something. I don't know. Chris, thanks for modding over on Instagram too. I appreciate that. Okay, so here's what we got so far. We've been working on this ship for a while. There's been a lot of updates since I last streamed this guy. The landing gear I'm kind of working on. I've got this like chicken foot thing going on right now. And that piece is also gone now. I'm not sure if I want to stick with the chicken foot. I haven't really decided. I don't know. I designed it so it like folds up and goes into the ship. So we'll see what we do with that. But otherwise, yeah, we've got some work to do today. So one of the biggest things I wanted to work on today, let me pull this up on this other screen. I'll show you guys here. I noticed this the other day while I was trying to render this thing and make it look all pretty for Instagram. And I think it's in here. Let's see, Cryptic Visionary, content. Where is it? Stills. Yeah, here they are. Okay, so we've got the ship, right? Looks all pretty in render. For some reason, there was this pink thing. I really don't know what that was. I assume I had some issues with this file, so I took everything out of it and then created a new file. I'm actually going to do that one more time because we're going to switch to a .ma instead of a .mb. It's what was kind of recommended to me instead of working with the MB file. But when I was looking at it, it doesn't sit flat. And per the concept art, it does kind of tilt forward when it lands, but it tilts forward such that I still couldn't get it to like flatten out. And part of that, I think, and I'll do some drawing here, I think is, let's see, where's the marker? I think has a lot to do with this piece. So we have this piece. I have hated this piece ever since I made it, and I still hate it. No matter how many times I've like deleted a bunch of stuff and redone it and just tried to fix it, I hate it. So we're going to fix that. We're going to get rid of that. It's going to be more streamlined. We're going to kind of level it out at the bottom. And then I need to kind of fix the curvature here because I'm not digging where that's going. Otherwise, like the top of this thing is flowing exactly the way I want it. This is what I was going for. So I'm super stoked that that at least worked out for me. But now that I'm getting into the final stages of like actually like working on the development of this thing and really fleshing it out, I'm finding the issues I don't like. That and then this did not turn out well. That's a separate piece that sits inside of it, but it's just, it needs work. It definitely needs work. I'm on 3 platforms now, too many screens up. Chris, that's your fault. You're my mod. It's your fault. But don't worry about YouTube. YouTube's usually kind of quiet, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. We're going to kind of fix some of the shaping here. We're going to add some details. I do want to kind of work on, let me just discard that. I do want to add some detail in here. I feel like we're lacking here. I feel like that needs a little bit of work, so we're going to work on there. And then all in all, yeah, we're just going to continue fleshing this out. I'm getting really close. I think we're, I don't know, I think we're like probably about 40 hours in on this thing. You say that, but you never know. That's very true. That's very true. So 40 hours in on this guy. I'm finally getting to a point where I'm feeling pretty good about it. I don't know how much I like. Let's see what else has changed. So first of all, let's make this not look terrible. Let's add that in there. Let's turn on aliasing's already on. Turn the wireframe back on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so, and I've got some topology issues in here I need to fix up and clean up. The biggest, honestly, yeah, I think the biggest thing that we're going to do on stream is this guy. Because this piece, if you look at it, it looks terrible. This was one of the first things I built on this ship, and it had an idea on what it wanted to be, and then I tried to clean it up and make it better, and it just kept getting worse. So we're going to delete this monstrosity and start over. Because I hate it. I don't want to do it. And then plus it just dips too far down. This needs to be, if we look at the concept art, pull that up real quick here. The original concept art itself, which is no longer in my scene because I transferred files, it has this nice flatness to it on the bottom. That, and we need to kind of extend this out a little bit. So there's a little bit of shaping that has to happen down here. And so we have some work to do here. And it starts by deleting this, which is painful at best, but I'm going to leave it. Just delete it. Delete it on this side too. We're already working with half a ship anyway, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else I added since last time. Oh yeah. Well, you guys kind of saw this at the beginning of stream. This thing, which oh, what are you doing out here? Why are you out here? That's not right. Okay. We'll fix that. I'm not going to worry about it just yet, but we'll fix that. I noticed when I moved off of the old file was having issues. So I transferred everything, I exported it all, and then when I got it into the new file, I had some weird like geometry crap happen. So like if we isolate this, there's lines going through this that should not be here. And I don't know why they're here, because these were never created in the first place by me. So that's fun, because that was kind of a complicated piece to make. And then for some reason it lost all of its like actual support edges. So that sucks. But otherwise we're gonna continue working. So let's get some music going. Move that. Move that. All right. Get some music going here. Let's do background music, huh? All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything on TikTok. Okay, cool. Didn't miss anything on TikTok. Somebody just messaged me on Facebook. I don't know what's going on anymore. Can I ignore it? Do I need to answer? Oh, you good. Okay, I'm gonna close that window. All right, so we got this music. I've done that one already. I don't know if these are DMCA free though. Chill work music. Here, we've done this one a couple of times, so we'll just do this. Make sure my audio levels are okay. Everything's fine. All right, I think we're good to go. Again, everybody sit back, chill, relax. If you guys have questions as I'm working, feel free to ask. I'll answer them. Instagram, if I miss something, just give me a couple minutes to answer it. I'm not used to paying attention to chat over here. Okay, so first of all, the back of this is quite potato shaped and needs to be fixed. So I'm gonna go face mode and we're just gonna paint all of these. And I'm gonna just try to clean this guy up as best as possible. There's some stuff back here that needs to happen that I may end up doing off stream. Just deselect these, we don't need those. Okay, deselect that guy. These birds are not gonna allow me to leave them in their cage. Okay, we'll just flatten that out. Should give me the shape I want. Because overall, we've got that sweeping curve. The only thing we're missing now is it's pointy and it needs to be curved off. But that's something I'll adjust kind of in the final steps. That, and last time, now that I look at this, I realized I didn't fix this from last time. So I've got this weird like non-manifold geometry going on here. Some of it was popping through. I think I fixed that, and now I've just got a bunch of edge loops that aren't terminating anywhere. So these will have to be cleaned up. Well, let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna bring in our first cube. Oh, holy crap. Hello. Hello, Chris. Yes, I hear you guys. Hold on. Birds are not gonna allow it. say that, but you never know. I'm yell at you if you don't see anything. I'm curious. If it doesn't show up on Insta, got it. Oh, okay. Did you say bad words? It doesn't even notify me if you said bad words, so that's cool. Alright. And again, everybody, welcome on Instagram. This is the first time we're doing this, so we are kind of testing a couple of different things, me and my moderator. My lovely moderator, Chris the Chaotic Seeker. Alright, so, you know what I want to do? Because this is new, we're going to do a, where's my image plane? I like to get the concept art actually in the viewport. Just add that here. Your tools. Go to concept library. And work on this piece from Martin. Scale that up a bit. It's a little dark. Brighten it up a bit. Okay, cool. Much better. Music's a bit loud. It's overpowering you. All right, got you. This is why I have you. All right. What works here? Oh, you did an announcement. Okay, I see. All right, so we're looking at the basic shape of this now. I want to make sure that I do this correctly this time instead of just haphazardly building it. We're going to try to kind of follow the body of the ship, but I'm going to actually stop this right about here. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this out. This is going to sit a little weird. And I'm designing these in separate parts, basically because I didn't want this to get too complicated on this side. So this is technically a separate piece because if you look at the concept art, it kind of flows into a new engine. So my thought is this is a piece that's attached later on. If that's not the case, it's not the case, but what's what we're working with, so. All right, we're gonna drag that out. So this comes to about midpoint on the engine itself. And then we pull this down. Not that far though. I think it's just too high. This is what I've got right now. Okay. I want that to kind of just cover that. But I don't want it to merge through it like we got there. So we're gonna just pull it down a bit. Pull it back. We're gonna add a new piece of geometry there. Let's just add an edge loop. Okay, so from there what we're gonna do is pull this guy down. And we'll just keep refining this shape. This guy also needs to kind of pull to the side. I think that's probably a better shape. It doesn't really, see, that's what I've been struggling with, is it doesn't really have like this natural curve to it. So I do want it to be kind of flat. We'll work with that for now. I already like that way more than that. I think what I'll do too is I'm just going to build a separate piece that's going to fill that hole. Because this whole engine cavity itself is separate pieces. I wanted to be able to do it so I could flip parts open and work on it and really do whatever I needed to animation-wise if I decide to rig this. So the big part of it is making sure that the pieces are going to work in a rig later on if I decide to go that route. This may just end up being just a portfolio piece. I don't really know yet. Okay, so we got this. We got to move this out. All of my pivots got uncentered, so that's fun. Okay. Save scene as. We're going to convert this real quick to a Maya ASCII. And the reason I'm doing this, MA file. The reason I'm doing this is because there's two file types in Maya. There's MB and MA. MA, in my past experience, is a lot more forgiving when it corrupts. You can actually go through and backtrack and get rid of bad data with just like a text editor. So I'm going to end up using it a little bit more now. I just don't want to chance it, especially with a model that I've been working on for this long. Do need to, I guess the option is really just to pull the engine up. Let's make sure I got all of it. Let's see, we're going to modify, we're going to center that pivot. You know, I'm curious. I do this all the time. Is there a hotkey for the center pivot? I've never actually looked. Let's find out. There's no hotkey for centering the pivot. It's one of the tools I use the most. Why is there not one? That seems like there should be one. All right. So, looking at this again. See, and this is where it gets kind of hard to tell. I think this is the engine, but it also could be like a separate sheath going over the engine. So I don't really know. I think I'm just going to call that part of the engine since that geometry already exists. And then we'll just kind of merge to it. Alright, so we're going to pull this guy in. And then I'm going to try to shape this as best I can to this puppy. Show, let's see, I want wireframe. So far 2025 has not changed at all. I know there's new tools, but not much is that different. I'm going to select all of this, and then I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go isolate, you select. You can also do Shift I. I'm just stupid and I never use hotkeys. Okay. I try to use hotkeys. Like, I'm usually really bad about using them, though. Okay, so finding areas that I'm going to need some extra help in. Okay. So we've got those. That's fine. I hate the way that looks, so we're going to pull that there. Just kind of edge that out a bit. Okay, so that meshes up pretty well there. We're going to need an edge loop here. And then I think that should let me do what I want to do. Yeah. Okay. And for everyone who's new right now, if you do hear the squawking in the background, I do have birds. They're just, they're two cockatiels, and they're quite excited to be out of their cage right now. Okay, so we don't like the edge flow on that, so we can fix that a little bit. It's gonna kind of look like junk anyway. So that's gonna be one of those, I'm just gonna push it in here and forget about it. Okay. We're gonna even this guy out though. Try to throughout the entire process, just make sure everything's kind of straight and working properly. May even visit us and land on his shoulder. They might, they probably will. They're acting pretty crazy right now. They've been really hyper lately, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's spring. Okay. So I want an additional edge loop up here. Let's scale that down. Drop this guy a bit. Mesh tools. Okay. All right. And again, for everyone who's new here, if you're new on the Instagram, everything like that, feel free to ask questions. If you're following one of my tutorials, let me know how that's going for you. I'm always curious for anyone who's actually following them. And if you're not, they're on my YouTube. Probably the season change. That's what I was thinking, because God, they're hyper. And if you guys don't like the small format of Instagram, because I know for me it drives me nuts, you can watch me live on Twitch or YouTube, whatever platform you choose. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to pull this guy in. And we're going to try to kind of match this up with the body as best as possible. I'll leave that there. That way it's just that. And then we're going to correct this stuff here. So the big thing that I was worried about was this ugly face down here. I know it looks terrible. I'm not worrying about it right now. This is part that I'm working on. I've been kind of working on it off stream just because it's kind of a mess. I'm going to change the pivot on this a little bit and scale this as flat as possible. And then move this up. Alright, what do we have here? Okay. So, if you guys saw the original video when I actually rebuilt this piece of this mesh, this was all redone with quad draw to fix some really awful topology that I started off with in the beginning. Oh, thanks for the links, Chris. So this is kind of the remainder of some of that bad topology. There was a big effort to redo this interior portion, so when it smooths, it doesn't look terrible. It's still not great, but I'm waiting till I actually start working on solidifying these edges and locking everything in. But I think we're getting there. I really want to get done with this model, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, if possible. There's two there, isn't there? There is. Yeah, and there's all these little extra faces that make no sense. They shouldn't be there anymore, but they are. So stuff that I'll be correcting. But now that flows a lot better, so this thing, when it lands now, should be able to sit flat, at least flatter. That's the hope, right? Okay. So we've already got some weird shaping going on here, so let's fix this. And it's funny too, because I learned a lot since starting this portion. So I always spent a ton of time learning and like trying to reuse all of the skills that I thought I learned in college, only to find out that most of them were just kind of terrible and they don't even matter anymore because it was on older software that doesn't necessarily even like function properly anymore. So, all right. So the other thing this thing has is it dips down, so we need to go lower, at least in the back. So we can do that dip in the back and then just kind of maintain that. I don't want to get too crazy. Oh, there's a bird. There he is. That's Tiki. You can kind of see him, and video removes him sometimes. Hey, bud. Yeah, go back to your perch. Okay. So the next question is then, how do we do this? How do we want to do that? And honestly, because the way I tried to do that before, I didn't like, didn't work out. The other issue I'm having here is that we're losing some good shaping here. Insert edge zip tool. Where's that going to put me? So that's pulling in there, and we don't want that pulling in there anymore. So the question then becomes, I can extrude that and pull it out, or I can try the Tiki. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Fly away. That's not going to work, though, because there's just not enough to support that there. So the other option would be to extrude it. I'm not sure I want to do that, though. So let's look at this. So show, isolate, view selected. So let's look at this, how we're flowing here. Right now, the way this is built, not a massive fan of that. Go away, sir. Let's see. Just thinking about this and trying to figure out how I can do this without making it hideous is always the fun part. And I kind of screwed myself a little bit here by building it this way. I also want to just reshape this entirely. So thinking. Because right now it looks good on paper, but functionally it sucks. And so right now I can insert edge loops that way. which would give me more support. Yeah, I just got to think about that. Because we know that with this being what it is, it's going to have a line that goes up and across. There's like a little panel line. And then there's a panel line over here. So the thought is how to accomplish that. Good idea. I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. God, dude, that was kind of crazy. Bye. We're going to just add a little bit of extra geometry down here. Oh, and you know what? Hold on. I wanted to play with this because I saw it was a thing now. So they added a smart extrude. And it apparently, once you apply it... yeah, it kind of does. Interesting. So the smart extrude apparently just like cuts through things now. That's kind of cool. Doesn't do what I want it to, really. I bet you if I did it with this face, it would. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't do what it said it does. It probably does. I'm probably using it wrong because it's a brand new tool and I haven't learned it. But that's one of the new tools I added was this smart extrude. So technically when you're pulling from an object now, if you pull on the side, or if you pull on the side of an object, you pull down, it's supposed to basically recreate all of the polygons that wouldn't be there. So it's kind of nice. Fun fact, did you know this month marks the 25 years of Roller Coaster Tycoon? Oh my god. That makes me feel nice and old. That's terrible. I hate that fact. That's not even fun. 25 years. That's crazy. I don't know if I like the way this is going to look. It's letting me do what I need to do. But at what cost? I bet you if I deleted this, and then I took this, and I put it up there, let's see what this does. That looks not great. That also ruins that internal geometry. Oh, this is, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this interior. Just get rid of it, and we'll start fresh. I don't want to delete all of that. I will just do this. Holy crap, who just followed? Oh, Chris, thank you for the returning sub. Appreciate you, buddy. 3 years you've been stuck to my back, and I can't get rid of you. Thank you for the resub, man. I appreciate you. Okay. So we're just going to do some reshaping here, I think is what's going to happen here. Because honestly, I don't want to... Vertex. So we go there. Okay. That's good. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've wanted to play that game in the longest time, still haven't. Oh, you should totally play it. It's like $10 on Steam. It's definitely worth it. I grew up on Roller Coaster Tycoon, which is probably why I enjoy doing this as much as I do. Okay, so the issue there is that doesn't leave me much room for the bottom of the engine. It's such a funky shape. I can raise it. Can I raise it higher? No, I really can't. That's kind of where that has to sit. I could lower it, but I don't really want to deal with that. So the only other option is to kind of cup it. It's still going to have that look. And I think really that silhouette is what I'm wanting more than anything. Functionally, we don't really know what it looks like because we don't have that portion of the model or concept art. We have one image. So, show isolate be selected. So what we'll do So we'll drop this guy down. Just see how that works. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel like that's acceptable. Okay. And then shape-wise, we are also getting there. This is something that was originally handled in the original block out, but just did a poor job of blocking it out. And I tried to merge too many different shapes together and it just ended up not working very well. So, let's see. Okay. So we're good there. Let's go here. Let's see. Need to open this real quick. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Cool. All right. So I think what we'll do is we're going to extrude that inwards. Just a tad. That way I know what I can and can't really work with. And that did something. Oh, wow. That's weird. Kind of like reversed that. Okay. This has been one area I've actually struggled really hard with this model for some reason. Let's see. Show isolate view selected. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll pull these in. Pull that down. We're still trying to make it look like the engine sits inside of the body of the ship. So I want to make sure that I maintain that look. Up in my modeling toolkit too. There we go. Perfect. Love builder games like Jurassic Park, Planet Crafter, Roller Coaster Tycoon has been one of the games I should have played. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon was good. I think a big one that I like now anyway is Planet Zoo. Even though I haven't played it in a while. It's still a good like sit down and just chill game. Which right now the only game I really play is Helldivers. That's kind of all I give myself time for anymore. Alright, this should be okay. It's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but again, this is kind of hidden, so you really won't notice. Okay, show. You selected. Alright. Okay, that's getting better. The only problem now is that this is all lumpy. So we're going to flatten it out. Let's see here. Okay. And then this guy, kind of the same deal here, except I'm just gonna do that and rotate and then pull it. Do a surface slide. Okay. Is that working? Yeah, it is working. Just not doing what I want it to. There's I like those constraints. I don't use them very often. They tend to cause me more problems than they do like any good. Just try to clean up some of this. Okay. All right, so we got that. Maybe I can help you get across everything. Maybe RCT2. You mean Roller Coaster Tycoon stream? It's not even co-op. Alright. I'm liking the shape that we have here. So So the next thing we got to look at is really just cleaning that up and making it look pretty. Okay. But that's much better than the original piece. And then it kind of gives the body a better flow now, even though it's still kind of like large. So I have to fix that up a bit, but that's okay. Alright. So in all honesty, we have a thing that goes up here right about mid-engine. So what we'll do is we're going to go mesh tools. We're going to... Actually, you know what? We'll just pull this off. Say mesh tools. Extract. I always like to do this because then I'm just damaging this file and not that, or this portion and not that portion. So we're gonna do multi-cut. We're just gonna go right here. Start, what is it? Oh. Question is, I'll go right here. Go from there. And then we'll start here. And we'll go across. Okay. I'm gonna go back to surface slide. It does definitely help keep everything nice and clean when you're working on stuff like this. But then you get to things like this, and you can't drag it out the way you want to. So it's one of those tools, like, I do like it, but sometimes, man. Okay. So we're looking at that. So this, Jesus Christ. Hey, Stigma. How are you? Ness, thank you for the fire. Alright, so we're going to pull this guy in, kind of. So I'm just trying to match that better. And then we'll pull this over. Thinking? Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So we're going to extract this. Go ahead and extrude it real quick. Pull this guy in. And then I like to look at this and just decide whether I like that, and that gap is honestly a little too thick. So I'm gonna just go ahead and come through here and close it up a bit. I want it to be thinner. Let's see. Still looks funky, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's these two. That might be why. Okay, there we go. Using 3ds Max for years now, but now I have to move to Maya because of my new workplace uses Maya. Got any tips? I got all sorts of tips. What sort of stuff are you looking for, like, to learn? I could tell you that I liked Maya a lot more than 3ds Max. But it also depends on, like, what tips you need. I know that both Maya and 3ds kind of have some of the similar tool sets, but they also have a lot different between them. So kind of hit or miss on what you need. Okay. So we got that now. If I smooth that, it's gonna look terrible, and that's okay. Okay. So that matches what we've got going on here, for the most part. I don't know if that's just like a sketch error or what, but you got that going on. So So we're gonna put this back. And then we're gonna worry about applying it. So combine those again. Not the bevel. Where's the... Okay. I'm all turned around. All my tools are gone. Or they've moved. They've shifted ever so slightly, and it sucks. That's only going to work in certain areas. Okay, so we do have some new geometry here. I don't like what it did there. Okay, there we go. That merge tool sometimes only lets you go so far. Yeah, I don't see any errors there. Okay. So honestly, what I think I'm going to do, we'll do mesh tools, insert edge loop. This will travel through there and just stop. I'm going to merge these two verts together. And then honestly, I might just stop this guy here. No. There's a question there on what to do with that, and I will figure that out now. I do want to carry it through. Merge those two verts. Merge these two. I just focused for no reason. Off. I'm good. How are you? I'm awake and here. Raging. Hey, what's up? I was in Stigma's raid, but I was asleep. How are you? I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? How you feeling? Do things with it. I don't know. Stigma. Am I winning your giveaway? Am I still winning your giveaway? I need those free samples. Okay, we'll come back to that portion. Right now, I want to make sure the outer portion of this looks fine. How to switch from max to Maya, how to keep loops in check so I can toggle between low and mid poly. So keeping loops in check is one of the things I still kind of struggle with myself. But one of the things I like to do is just really kind of focus on it. Like with max, it sucks because it's been so long since I've used max. A lot of the same tools still apply, but like they're in different kind of configurations. So one of the big things I will probably end up going through here is like really actually making sure that my loops are correct. The biggest thing I struggle with right now is like some of these more complex shapes. But really it's the same process. You're just paying attention to where your loops are falling and like what you're working with, and then terminating your edge loops in fashions that actually make sense. So like for instance, I've got all of these edge loops coming through here. I terminate them back here just to hide them, but I try to refrain from using as many triangles as possible. These are just ones I just kind of felt like I'm going to have to deal with for now. But yeah, I wish I had some better advice for you for 3ds Max, but God, it's been so long since I've used it. I don't even remember the tools. Have you worked in Maya much, Umar? Build your magic deck. Go to sleep then. Just a little tired, rough day at work, short-handed, has me doing a lot of grunt work instead of delegating. I was told I could do. Well, that's good. I mean, at least you're back at work and you're having a good time for the most part. I don't know if that's fun for you or not, but tired is better than sick. Yeah, at some point, Umar, I'll be doing some videos on 3ds Max, just because I want to kind of get back into like trying to remember how to use that thing. Because I spent a lot of time learning animation and like VFX stuff in 3ds Max, but at the time that I was using 3ds Max, I was actually modeling in Rhinoceros using NURBS modeling, and that was definitely not the best period in my animation career. So yeah, I wish I had some better advice on that one. But as far as like tutorials and stuff for how to do the things that you're looking to do, it may be good to look at people like JL Musi. He's got some wonderful tutorials on working with hard surface modeling in Maya, especially for beginners. If you're moving from Max, like you'll know enough, I think, to just learn the tools. It's kind of the same thing with Blender, right? Like I opened Blender and I tried following a tutorial And I kind of like, I don't know, I hated the whole process of it. But when I actually started messing with Blender and like just modeling, the way I would logically think to model, it kind of came like secondhand. Like the tools are all in different places, but otherwise it was kind of the same thing. So I think it's just repetition and like learning where everything is. Okay, so that gives me that extra edge loop up there, which is good. We're gonna continue this down here. I'm gonna terminate here on the bottom. Let's line that up better. I don't know why it reset all my views. Okay. Vertex. Hope that was right. Well, it was. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, and then what I'll do is I'll just kind of rotate this guy. Pull this up. Alright. And then for everyone who voted yesterday on Instagram for the tutorials, I'm happy to announce that the fan tutorial, part 2, will be going live tomorrow on YouTube. I tried to get it done today, but it just was not agreeing with me edit-wise. So that'll be going up on YouTube tomorrow. And then I'm going to start doing some shorter form tutorials that go over like basic objects. So if you're new to modeling in Maya, that'll be a good time to learn that stuff, to go along with those tutorials. And these are all free. Just got to find my YouTube. All right. Okay. So that carries on through now. We've got this guy up here. So by doing that, though, that's going to create a triangle. Let's see. Let me think about this. My multi-cut tool. Yeah, so if I cut directly to that, that does that. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, just going to merge those. Whoa. Okay. And that should support that corner. And then the other thing is mesh tools, let's edge zoom. So we should be able to see, and that's going to go right across. It wants to add support there, but that's not what we want. So I'm going to do mesh tools, multi-cut tool. I want to get a loop going for this edge right here. Problem being, that's going to create another triangle. So I need to figure out, this will be one of the things I got to work on, is figuring out why or how to get that into its own separate chunk. Actually, I really don't need to, because this is already a quad. Those are technically fine. It's going to look like garbage when it's smooth, but that's because I haven't supported the model at all. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. Let's see, mesh tools. I'm going to go insert edge loop here. And add a quick supporting edge, and then this guy, and then this thing. So there is like a little loop, but that's kind of curved. So what we need to do is we're going to look back here. So vertex, I'm going to pull this back. Same with this. Really just work on this and figure out where I want this to go. Okay. Pretty cool with that, actually. I'm gonna extrude this guy in. of gives us that nice cut right there. And then the other thing we've got down here is we need to worry about where this fuel cap sits. I think what I want it doing, yeah, I want it to sit right there, and it's still kind of set to the old model. Just want to get that as flat on there as possible. Jesus, Stigma. Oh, Z. Hey, Z, how you doing? Alright. Call that good for now. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to create a little indent for that to actually live in. So we're going to go insert edge loop. We're going to add an edge loop going... Oh. I don't know why it does that. Edge loop going straight across. I want to flatten... Whoa. Oh. That constraint will screw you up every single time if you forget to turn it off. It's just unforgiving. Okay. Insert edge loop. I'm going to pull another one down here. Stop right about there in the middle. And then I'm going to just add one more here for good measure. And then this one I'm going to borrow. Except I'm going to borrow it the correct way. That way it stays remotely flat, even though this is no longer flat. Okay, so we're going to extrude this in. We go to Edit Mesh. We're going to circularize that. And then we're going to fix that. It's the other thing I kind of hate about working in these weird angles. Is it really does kind of screw up any sense of like normal geometry. And what I want to do, so show isolate view selected. Sometimes I'll just come through after doing something like this. Go face. The only nope. The only problem with that is I don't want those little interior areas. And again, if anyone watching on Instagram, if any of you guys are doing any of the tutorials, I'd love to hear what you think of them, or if they're if you're having troubles with them. Trying to make them as user-friendly as possible. Still kind of new to the idea of making tutorials for this stuff. That's not exactly what I wanted, but... Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Hi, Chad. I'm a thief and I'm here to grab some ideas. Grab all the ideas you would like to. I do not mind. Yeah, see, the only issue I'm dealing with there is that every time I scale that, it's just doesn't want to work the way I need it to. If they could give us a better way to directionally scale faces, I would be so happy. That's a weird edge loop, isn't it? I selected something I didn't need to. There we go. Nice thing about these is they don't necessarily matter how they look on the inside. Alright, so that's nice and flat again. Until I screw it up again. Alright, so we're going to extrude this guy in a little bit. Probably just right about there. And I'm going to add a bevel. Just because I want this to look like a piece where you insert something into it. Let's see. Alright, so show, isolate view selected. That's definitely not in the right spot. but I will gladly move that. Owl, what's up? How you doing? I'm sorry, guys. I missed chat. Let's see. Let's see. What happened here? So smooth. Also, I think my reminder's set too late. What time are you starting? So I start at 7 now. 7 MST. So whatever that is your time. Don't do that. Well, thank you. How about you? I'm doing great, Z. Glad to see you, man. Owl, I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad you're doing good. Alright, so when we smooth this now, it's gonna look just fine. Stream live video had some low resolution. I had to fix this somehow. Yeah, so that's something I'm not super excited about. The lowest option was 720p. Or the highest option was 720p, and I don't understand why. So I do recommend, if you want like the better view of this stuff, make sure you're watching on like YouTube or Twitch. I'm live on all three at the same time, so you don't have to stress and pick one, like, and choose one. It's all the same. Okay. Ooh, that looks terrible. Okay. Somehow that got sunk in, and I don't really know why that happened. Nor do I want to know why. I just want it fixed. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, so something weird's here. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Not a fan that that happened. Just repairing some damage before we move on to the next step here. So bear with me, guys. Do you live stream in each platform the same time? I do, yes. So each platform is the exact same stream. The only difference is, you know, Instagram is this little terrible flipped widescreen thing. I debated doing it for a long time, but now that I have the ability to, I just decided it might as well be a good way to do it. But it's an experiment for sure. And no matter which platform you guys decide to chat on, it all goes to one location. It doesn't help when that monitor goes out. What just happened? I don't know. Oh, man. Oh. I wasn't recording. Damn it. It's fine. It's fine. Noxler, thank you for the lurk. Oh, I'm so sad I wasn't recording. God, that sucks. That's okay. It's fine. Let's go to transform. We're gonna do surface slide. I just want to like smooth these out a little bit. Okay. All right, that looks good. Okay. So we're getting that shape in there that we want. The only other issue now is we need to do kind of a scoop at the bottom. Turn off that awful constraint. Okay. Because it does have that. Alright, it's much better. The only thing is it's not exactly flat. work on that. And I think what I want to do is figure out why that looks terrible. Somehow that got pulled through. Okay, cool. Oh man, thank you for your video. I studied 3D and Maya at school and was all my time impressed by what you made. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope school's going well for you, Julian. And guys, keep in mind, if I screw up your name or something like that, just let me know. I've got no problem, like, correcting my horrible broken English. Got no issue with that at all. Okay, so... we're doing pretty okay, I think. So far, this shape is coming together much nicer than the other one. Again, it's not flat on the bottom, so I do need to worry about that now. I am just slightly concerned about doing that. I think I'm gonna do this. We're gonna look at the vertex view. And then... this is probably gonna make a mess. And it very well did. But I can just reshape that real quick. Honestly, that wasn't the worst to fix. And now it's flat on the bottom. Like it needs to be. Cool. Alright, so, well, no, it really isn't. Look at that. It's still curved. It's got an acceptable curve to it. I'm gonna let it. Hello! This is BR from Discord, by the way. If you'd like to do a course to learn 3D, you're self-taught. Oh, so I'm a little bit of both. I went to Full Sail University in 2011? 12? Yeah, 2012. Graduated in 2015, so I learned a little bit there. It's also part of the reason why I don't recommend going to college for this stuff, is because I only learned a little bit there, but I am mostly self-taught. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. I wish there were controls or commands to do that in Instagram. Here, I'll send you a link here in chat. All right, and go here. There you go. Is it Priyashu or Priyashu? I think. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Let me know if I did. But there's my YouTube channel. Okay. We're gonna fix this because that's too sharp of a point. Ponytail Fantasy. Hello, how are you doing? First time. How's it going? Welcome to the YouTube channel. This is very interesting to juggle all three channels. I did a stint of streaming to Kick, and I no longer stream to Kick because it sucked. But yeah, it's definitely I like this working. This is working a lot better, I think. Ponytail Fantasy, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Okay, so I'm liking the shape of that a lot more. I think what I can do is I can just meet myself halfway and not worry too much about this. We're just going to select these verts, not that one. Just kind of... what does that do for me? It has to be less though. It's still lower than that, so I'm okay with that. I will deal with that happily. This is the next thing to fix because I don't want to deal with it right now. God, this got all jumbled up here on the bottom. Actually, not going to touch those. Select, please. Thank you. Okay. I selected something I didn't need. where did I grab? There it is. It's always something. Just make sure there's nothing else I'm holding. No, okay, we're good there. Okay, we'll flatten that out. Rotate it back. Rotate it forward a bit. And then we'll just correct this junk right here. If you guys are new to my channel, I spend a lot of time just adjusting things. But it's fun. We love it. This is why we do this. 1K, let's go. No way. It didn't just happen, did it? Nuh-uh. Did it really? We're getting close. That's 6 more. 6 more on YouTube, and I'll be doing a 12-hour stream. Madness! Hello, sir. How are you doing? Okay. I don't even know about your YouTube channel. It randomly appears. Oh, that's good. That means the algorithm's working in my favor somehow. Okay. So what do we got here? So, in your opinion, what would be the best way to even begin doing this? With it? Oh, I gotta follow somewhere. The Flash House has joined the underground. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome on in. Okay. What programs and such should I look into? All right, so this is where a lot of people are gonna give me shit for this. You should start in Blender. I fully admit that you should start in Blender. It's free. It's a good way to start learning the workflow of 3D and just kind of playing with the application. I think Blender has its uses, and Blender is a really good application, especially for somebody who's never done this before. You don't need a beast of a machine to work with it. And there's a lot of good tutorials out there for it. I would suggest starting in Blender, and then if you decide it's something you love and you're willing to spend the money on it, upgrade to Maya or 3ds, depending on whatever application you want to. There's a whole host of really good applications that you can use. But I think Blender is kind of the best place for somebody who's just jumping in to start, especially because you don't have to do, you don't have to put anything financially into it. It's just a good idea. So that would be my advice there, Big Brat. Madness, how are you doing, buddy? Ponytail Fantasy, only 7 left. I know, we're getting close. We're getting close. I'm good, just got done with class, having some sandwiches. How was welding, sir? I hope it was well. Learn Blender is free. It is free. I was using Blender, which is... so you can do that in Maya now, too. 2025 just fixed it. That's what I'm working in, Ponytail. This is Maya 2025. Yes. They just added the ability to extrude, I know edge loops and I think verts as well. I don't know where the tool is yet, but there's also some really nice tools that they've built in, like the Smart Extrude, which allows you to extrude on edges and it will rebuild the topology underneath it and delete everything so you can just pull pieces apart. It's a tool that I know Blender kind of has and has had for a while, so it's really nice to have it in Maya. JL Moosey on YouTube did a really good video kind of going over the new modeling tools. So there's some really good stuff there. Julian, I have a question. I'm a first year in my school, creation video game school, and I love 3D. Do you think you can send me a thing to reproduce for Challenge Me? I don't necessarily have anything that I could send you to challenge you. But my best advice, and this is a good example too here, I've never really done something like this. Like most of my projects have been pretty like reality-based things. I found this concept art on ArtStation, and I reached out to Martin Deschambault, who's the artist. And, you know, pick whatever artist you'd like to. But find an artist who makes something that looks like it'll challenge you a little bit, and then go for there. Don't pick off more than you can chew. I think in some ways I bit off a little bit more than I could chew with this one, but I've learned so much off of just this model alone that I'm excited to get into the next project that I'm going to be doing. And I'm juggling 4 projects right now. It's kind of a nightmare, but that's what I would suggest, Julian. I think that's kind of the best way to go through about and like actually challenge yourself with 3D, because concept art, it's kind of their job. Like concept artists design the world and they design the things that you're going to be modeling if you ever work for a studio pipeline somewhere. So it's going to be something that you want to like really focus on and actually work with. Have you worked in the game or film industry? So that's a fun one. I don't work in the game industry. I never have. I've got a really good friend who works in the game industry, but I myself have never worked in the game industry. I've worked in the film industry, but never in VFX. I've done my own VFX for certain things, and I've done a couple of projects here and there that at this point don't even matter to me anymore. But I myself do not work in either industry. I kind of made the personal decision when I left school to not work in the industry at the time. I work in IT right now, so my main career is IT. I hate it. I don't like it, but it's what I do. My idea on that is changing, but you have to keep in mind that when I left school was right around when the collapse happened with what was it, Rhythms and Hues, with the Life of Pi movie, and it really just kind of opened this big gaping wound on how badly artists were treated in the industry. So at the time I decided that I didn't want to go through that. It didn't sound like a good idea for me, and it really actually kind of I don't know, it kind of scared me. I didn't want to deal with that. I was already a contractor in IT, so it was kind of a scary time, and it's just not something I was super interested in. Yeah, and then we just had the writer's strike, which, you know, put a lot of projects on hold for good reason. I'm not saying there was anything bad about the writer's strike. I think it was actually a very good reason to have that happen, and I wish they would do something with VFX, because that industry needs to change a little bit. Of course, Julian. Yeah, if you guys ever need advice or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. If you guys are in my Discord, I'm on there too. I am working on conversions for Discord right now and changing it up, so there's a place to share your 3D art. If you guys have some that you'd like to share, if you want to work through the tutorials and you have questions, there's all sorts of stuff there. That's cool, Chris. Ponytail. All right, what happened? Okay, I think I missed a little bit. Let's see. That's so good. Wow. Okay. Got you on Twitch. And 3D Studio, welcome on in. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to juggling this many chats. This is what happens when I open up to another platform. Let's see. Ponytail Fantasy. Got you. Wow, that's so good. It's going very well. A little behind with some welds, but I'll survive. Madness, you got this, buddy. Have you worked in the game? Answered that. And look dev directly geometry system. Most of the creator doesn't mention. But let's say goodbye to Hypershader. Are they getting rid of Hypershade? It's still there. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to this going away. I kind of hate it. Let's see. All right. Chris is doing a fantastic job. Thank you to my mod, Chris. In fact, I'm going to shout him out real quick because he is keeping me sane right now. Chris also streams on Twitch. He's the Chaotic Seekers. Happy to have you here. Apologies for my delay. I'm running around 3 platforms. Chris, thank you so much. You're a hero. Oh yeah, and we also have the writer's strike. Okay, now let's go with this. Since graduating, begging people for jobs, it feels. And that's kind of my concern too. I love that game. Keep in mind too, guys, if you guys like video gaming, I do video game streaming pretty much exclusively on Thursdays. That's just kind of my cool down day for the week. Fantastic is an understatement. I just told the fam that I'm going nuts bouncing around. I'm happy to do it because seeing your growth is incredible. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, for a lot of you who don't know, I've been doing online streaming now for almost 4 years. Love you too, dude. Better Hyper, that's why I'm learning Look DevX, new features, and USD. USD is on my list to learn. USD is really important for me to learn at this point because I just found out about it a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago. Watching this tempts me to try streaming 3D too. You absolutely should. Yeah, to give you guys some backstory, so you can kind of see it on my Instagram if you scroll down on my posts. I used to be a game streamer. This channel used to be called Tech Mess, and then I moved it to Cryptic Visionary, and I just decided I went to it's funny, I went to Disney World, and I sat there talking with Chris and just talking about like what I wanted to do with like my future and how I wanted to change things. And so I just decided to do it and pull the trigger, and then I went all in about a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of crazy to see everything that's happened. So I don't know, it's crazy. Like all of these new people, I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to see the growth that we're seeing, and I'm happy to know that my content is making a difference for some people who have had a harder time learning Maya because there isn't a whole lot there. Chris, thank you for the gifted subscription to M3 Studio. I appreciate you, buddy. Why was that black? Who just subscribed? Or followed? Was that a follow and a subscribe? I don't know what just happened. Something just happened. All right, somebody who followed, thank you so much. I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, that's kind of my history as a streamer. I'm a beginner in 3D, sand deep. What application are you using? I'm starting to see why my buddy, who also streams, has a hard time working, because you want to answer all the questions, and I absolutely do. I'm loving this. All right. From what I've seen, ZBrush is a bit of an adventure. ZBrush, where did ZBrush get mentioned? Oh, Ponytail Fantasy. ZBrush I started yesterday. ZBrush, I love ZBrush. It's a very good tool. It's an incredible tool. The UI is the worst thing I have ever laid my eyes upon. And I will die on that hill. The Flash House, yeah, exactly. No, the UI is terrible. It's got to be one of the worst looking applications ever. But it's such a good tool. Like, I just, it's so good. It's just, I know it's like highly customizable, and you can do all sorts of different stuff. If you don't know, at everyone, he was an awesome artist. At everyone, I don't know who that is. Oh, Cryptic. Oh, thank you. I hate the viewport too. It's so angled. It's kind of weird, yeah. Sandeep, so you're doing Maya? How long have you been doing Maya? Are you like a brand new student to it? Show, isolate view selected. Okay. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. Somebody on here the other day, or on Instagram the other day, said that they send my videos to their students, and I was just like kind of blown away by that. That's such a weird, like, it's so cool. It's just amazing. But it's such a weird thing to think about, that like I'm being sent to students. Because at one point I thought I should be a teacher. I actually was going to be an animation teacher at one point, and then I found out how much they were offering for pay, and I was like, yeah, it's not happening. Okay. See, that's looking so much better. Me and my old uni classmate do that with your reels. Let's see. Nice. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Connor Sachs. I can tell when someone's using ZBrush because they can't figure out the interface from the thumbnail. Oh god, I love to give ZBrush crap. I really do. It's such an awesome application, and I am terrible at it. If you want to watch somebody who's really good at it, my buddy Jared Chavez, he works in the game industry. He also streams on YouTube. He has a phenomenal skill set in ZBrush and all that stuff. So it's really cool to watch him work. Are you AUS based? No, I'm in the US. I know AIE is hiring teachers and they pay really well. Oh, that's cool. What is AIE? I've never seen that one. I mean, I don't know. I'll move to Australia. Oh, they have a thing in Seattle. I've never even heard of this place. Huh. Interesting. I would trust this more than I trusted Full Sail. Don't go to Full Sail. Just don't. I am from India and I'm a student of multimedia, but my college teacher is not professional. That is something that happens a lot, unfortunately, and I've heard it a lot. I know in high school, like my animation teacher was an architecture guy, so he didn't really know what we were doing. What just happened there? Oh, there's that extra. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, we got some fixing to do there. That's fine. I'll fix it. Yeah, my animation teacher was an architectural engineer, and so that didn't transition very well. So I ended up doing a lot of self-teaching. So I'm sorry that you have a rough instructor. That's terrible. Mesh tools. Let's see. Multi-cut. So we're gonna just cut this polygon because it doesn't want to do it itself. G. So far, my 2025 is good? Question mark? I can't say. It's funny because like I was like sitting there before stream. I was like, should I install it? Well, should I just ruin my life tonight and just install it and see if this is gonna let me do this? And it didn't ruin my life, but it's been interesting so far. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's flowing a lot better. This needs some support though. Insert edge loop, so we're gonna just add a loop here and a loop. We're gonna ignore that. See, that does exactly what I need. Perfect. F3 Studio, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, let me catch up with chat here. What do we got? Okay, Academy Interactive Entertainment. I am also terrible. ZBrush interface, exactly. Dropped out of school, took their course. Now I'm 18 with a diploma of visual arts, diploma of screen and media, advanced diploma of screen and media, and good uni teacher. Hey, that's good. That's awesome. I have my bachelor's degree, which is on a shelf gathering a bunch of dust. Thank you for the reminder, Chris. All right, Big Brat. Okay, y'all, it's time for Big Brat. Have a great night. Thank you so much for showing up, buddy. Appreciate you being here. With my experience in Blender, I was the unofficial go-to person for navigating 3ds Max and modeling tips in my community college class. 3ds Max is rough. It was I used it for a long time. If you guys have ever heard of Skills USA, I used to compete in Skills USA. And I didn't start winning in Skills USA until I actually changed to Maya, which I fully blame on 3ds. I could never get it to like do what I wanted it to. I think I'm okay with this, actually. See how this looks. Oh god, that flows so much better. That is so much nicer. Okay. And if I turn off... Oh, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not happy with the way that looks, because I didn't support it, but it's okay, we'll get it. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. Just get some support in there. Show ISO view selected. Turn off wireframe one more time for me. Oh, it's already off. Much better? Question mark? Yeah, it needs some outer support. All right, hold on. Just drag this here. Much better. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I think that's much better. How long do you still use Blender, Connor? Madness! Welcome to Instagram. Chris, how does the quality on Instagram look? I'm curious, because I heard a couple people complain about the video quality. My apologies, because Instagram limits you to 720, and I think it's terrible. TikTok would give me 1080, but no. Okay. Well, I think that was successful. We rebuilt the engine body anyway. So the next thing I got to do is figure out this chungus looking thing over here. I think I'm going to actually pull... Let's look at this from the side view here. So what we're going to do is kind of pull this up. Just so it's like sitting on top of it. And then I'm just going to build a new piece that covers this. Or, here's an idea. Can I just merge these two? I bet you I could, because these look fine smoothed. These kind of look fine smoothed. God, they really don't. How did that even... I don't even know. It's fine. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna do it. Wow, save scene. Always safe, just always safe, every single time. Alright, so let's see, let me refresh this real quick here. Okay. Good God, we are 5 away from 1,000 on YouTube. This wasn't meant to be like a let's get to 1,000 on YouTube video or stream, but it seems like that might actually happen, so that's kind of exciting. Okay. So what do we have difference-wise? We don't have... Is this just one edge? Nope, it's... Wait. No, it is. Okay, so mesh tools. We're gonna do... Oh, that's why that's like that. Yeah, that's exactly why that's like that. There is a weird piece of geometry somewhere there. Oh, I know why. It's because I cut it. But I can change that. I can make this do what I want it to. The only problem is if I do that, what is it gonna do? This is what sucks about having these deep grooves. The other option would be, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna extrude this.
I can smell your boots from here.
Oh shoot, I paused chat. Oh my god! I'm so sorry, I hit pause chat. Okay, what did I miss? Okay. See Maya 2025. Well, it hasn't crashed yet, so there is that. It is, I is sleepy. Big Brat, go to bed, buddy. Thank you for joining us. You guys are cool. I hope I can learn more from you. N3 Studio, I hope I can teach you more. Thank you so much for joining us. Sharky says, fuck you. Why? Why, Sharky? Matthew G. Hello, my dude. What's up, dude? I did not. I said potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Exactly. That's, yeah. I just spammed all my 3D work in your Discord. Oh, hell yeah. I'll go look at it in just a second. I still use Blender. Just installed Blender 4.1 this morning. I think that's the version I was working with. Was I using 4.1? What was I using? No, I was using 4.0. I don't know. I'm still salty about this after it crashed on me. Still a little salty. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? I just subbed to YouTube too. Thank you so much. One closer. Hell yeah. It's cool, but there's a problem in Blender. It's not going to replace Maya like paid software anywhere because it's so open source. That's, yeah, so that's one of the big issues, and that's kind of my argument with Blender, and the reason why it's not going to be industry standard anytime soon is just, like, it is open source. And no matter what industry I've ever worked in, they tend to stray away from open source software just because it does, it has its own set of, like, stressors that you just don't want to deal with. Especially as, like, a larger company. So, it's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't think Blender's a bad tool at all. It's actually really good, especially for people who are just learning. I just think it's got some growing pains. And then when it crashes midway through your donut, that's also a really disappointing event. I promise I tried to learn. I did. Everybody saw it. Everybody watched it live when it crashed on me. Cat, thank you for the bits. Let's see. Yeah, he's Blender because it's free. I can't afford to train on Maya if I'm not in school. I get that. Doesn't mind, Connor. Nice. Thanks, man. You understand the issue when I started with Blender. Yeah. Can I spam your Discord? You can absolutely spam my Discord. Roy, what's up, buddy? I'm over here too. Oh god, my Instagram chat got screwed up too. Alright, everybody, I'm so sorry. Let me catch up. Okay, Roy. I see Sharky and Roy on Instagram. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on Instagram. I don't know why my chats are getting all jacked up. There we go. I think we're flowing again. Oh, you're spamming. Oh, okay. You're spamming my Discord on. Yes, go ahead. If Blender going to be paid, you can't find Maya anywhere. If it's going to paid and closed source security of the file extension, Blender's got some growing pains. It's got a lot that it needs to figure out as a company on where it's going, and if it stays open source, it stays open source. You can do a lot of amazing things with it. Got you on split screen on my phone. Hell yeah. I'm just learning, and I can say Blender is cool for beginners. That's always going to be my advice. Blender is great if you are just starting out in 3D. In fact, Sharky in my chat here, he's learning Blender right now, and it's working really well for him. I don't suggest you go out and buy a $3,000 application for no reason. It doesn't make sense to do. Granted, if you want to buy Maya, there is an indie version, and it's much cheaper. That's what I use, because I don't make more than $100,000 a year off of my Maya. Use Blender when I'm beginning. Yeah, it's a good tool. It's just for me, and if you watched any of my... What the hell happened there? What did I... Oh, I missed a face. I see why. Okay. If you watched any of the videos I did on Blender, I don't hate it. I can't see myself changing. For me, changing to Blender would be so much like removal of like any skill set that I have in Maya that it's just not worth it to me. Okay, I need you to actually work this time. Okay, we're getting closer. What are you doing? What's the problem here? Oh. Okay. I have a better idea. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna delete this random edge loop. Is there like an extra one there? Oh, there is. Look at that. God dang it, Maya. What did you do? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Mesh tools. We're gonna delete that for right now. Delete edge vertex. Okay, cool. We're good there. What? Why do you still exist? Oh. Talking about Maya's stupidity. There we go right there. There's some Maya stupidity for you. Why was that there? There's no reason. It just was there. There was, for some reason, an extra edge loop that makes no sense. Okay. Chat time. Alright. Hobbyist and freelancer can use Blender, but industry only 1 to 5%. Yeah, it's one of those that's kind of... Hey, Sharky. It's becoming more prominent. Like, people are going to start using it in the industry more, and, you know, it may see its day. It's really hard to tell. So terrifying to create suspension for ship. It's not that bad. Although I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the rudders on this, or not the rudders, but the rear suspension on this thing. Cryptic Visionary, your spaceship modeling has inspired me to start my own spaceship project based on a piece of black and white concept art by Sean Mooney. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Mooney. And then somebody said they posted stuff to my Discord. Let's see. Why is my caps lock on? Oh. Ooh, he's got some cool stuff. Nice. Have fun with that. That fighter jet's awesome. Okay, let's see. Discord here. Okay, so we had a couple things happen in Discord. What happened here? Welcome. Ooh, we had a couple people join. Alright, 3D showcase. Oh, shit. Okay. VR. Damn, these are awesome. Nice, I love that. I don't know if you're still in chat, BR, but go. Yeah, Connor Sachs, that's awesome. You'll have to join the Discord and show me how it's going. Instagram. I was actually talking to my wife today. I was just like, we were talking about my Discord, and she's all, well, do you like push your Discord? And I was like, no. She goes, well, why not? I'm like, because I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. And then I went live, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. Screw it. We'll push it. All right, let's figure out where these edge loops are going and why they exist. That's a supporting edge loop, and then... So the hope is I can just merge these two files. What are you? What? Okay. I'm going to stop asking questions. And I'm just going to say Maya's stupid. And I'm just going to merge all these. And I'm going to regret it later down the road because I'm probably merging something I'm not supposed to merge, but it's okay. I'll scream at myself when I'm not on stream. And for those of you who are wondering, I think I've put about 40 hours into this thing now. Possibly more. I don't really know. I haven't like fully calculated the extent of this thing yet. It's also the longest amount of time I have ever spent on a 3D model because I usually like fry myself and burn out before I can actually finish it. Okay, so there's something going on here. There's a lot going on there. Whoa. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Shift I. Oh my god, what happened? Wow, okay. I'm just gonna delete this. I don't even know how those faces are there. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there's like some free-floating edges or something. Mesh, delete edge vertex. There's a video. There's a video on any one of my channels about how stupid Maya can be sometimes. And this is one of the examples. Because it's not going to let me delete these. Edge. Unless there's like 10 of them. So that's kind of okay, let's just do this. We will get rid of them by just merging them. I love Maya. I love it. 8 a.m. here. Nice. Okay, let's get back to work on the spaceship. See you, mate. Have a great stream. N3D, have a good night. Thank you so much if you're going to hang out and chat.
Look like a real boy, Papa.
Oh, 8 a.m. here. That's not p.m. I'm terrible at time. Oh, what just happened to my music? Where'd my music go? Oh my god, it ended. Has it already been an hour and a half? Oh my god, it has. That's crazy. Alright, so we're gonna merge these. Yeah, honestly, I wish I knew what happened here, but I couldn't even tell you. There's an extra face there. Okay. I can't really blame Maya because I know this model had some issues. Previously when I was working on it, I did have to do like a basic restore on this thing. Somehow my model was like duplicating itself. No matter what I did, it would just like, I would make a change and it would duplicate itself. And I didn't understand why until I finally just decided to export it and re-import it into a new file format. And that seems to have resolved the issue, but now I'm still dealing with some of the pain from it. Like that, for some reason. Yeah, that sucks. It's fine. There's like a... I just want this to go away. Like that. Go away. Okay. And you, what are you? You gonna let me delete you? Are you a face by chance? No. Mesh tools, delete edge loop. Where are you? Yep, nope. It's just one of those funky little faces. So the question is what do I do with it? Because it's attached. Ah, nope. It's a face. What software is this? Mr. Rahin. Rahin? This is Maya. So Autodesk Maya is what I primarily work in. I'm seeing where my problems are now. I promise at some point we'll actually get to like where I'm trying to go. I think. Okay. Hyper confused on how that happened, but whatever. Okay. That's logistically supposed to look that way, I think. Oh, thanks, man. Subdivide 3. It after making hard edges, remesh, retopology. That's true, I could do that. Choose topology by yard edges. That is fair. I'll probably have to do that to fix a lot of these. I'm just going to extrude that guy and fix this here. Like I said, I think a lot of these errors came from when that file was somehow corrupting itself. I don't even know what it was doing, to be honest. Okay. See, that wasn't a total waste. Oh, but there's more. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, God, I hate you sometimes. Delete that. Okay, so we know their faces. But why? Why are they faces? This is the next question. There's something there, too. Yep. It's another hidden face. Okay. I think we're good. Bridge that. Bridge that. And bridge. Nope. No? Why not? Maya cannot process selected edges because... Oh, that's... Aha! There you are. Found you. Okay. Cool. Good. Also experiment with this method. Yeah, this is generally the way that I'll actually go through and fix things is kind of like that. It seems like it's pretty ridiculous to go through, but it does help. And see, and that's good. It's good now. I don't know why that's the way that is, but I will worry about that when I get to it, I guess. Now I can do what I was trying to do like an hour ago, which is simply just extrude this guy. Square it off. Rotate a tad bit. Alright, so go. I'm going to be inside of something. Yep. Where are you? Show, isolate, beside. I need to use that. Why did that move? I selected the wrong thing. Yeah, what's fun is I can always tell people is that I talk to myself the same way I'm talking to you guys. I do the same crap when I'm working alone. It helps the process. That is a really crappy triangle that does not deserve to exist. Okay, I think I can actually do what I wanted to do now. I can. Good. Okay. We're going to combine these two. Oh, I see we brought that back, Maya, or Autodesk. Thank you for that. Used to be when you, at least in 2014, when you would combine them like that, they wouldn't disappear. But I guess we're going back to that now. So that kind of sucks. I get everything? Nope. I subdivide 3 after making hard edges, remesh it, retopologize with hard edges. Yeah. That's generally what I'll tend to do. It depends. I'm kind of a manual person. Like, I'll go through and really just manually do things. Why does that not look right? Because it's not. Yeah, see, this is the stuff I was dealing with that just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason for that face to be there. Unless I... Oh, no. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Make sure I didn't do that anywhere else. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay. Okay, cool. Just get rid of that ugliness. Okay, so now the fun part's going to be is merging these two together. Because they're both entirely different shapes. But this is going to save me from having to remake the shape. Because I really don't want to. And then I will just retopologize this later. My least favorite term, fix it in post. We will fix it off stream later. I say, just let me select what I want, please. I don't want to delete much, just what I don't need. Yeah, not only is far good. I enjoy it. It's relaxing to an extent, I guess. Could say. I've got a question for everybody in my chat now who came over from Instagram and everything, and or even on Instagram. What is your favorite type of thing to model? If you are here for modeling, which I would assume you are, because that's mainly the content I post right now. If not, what are you interested in 3D? What keeps you going? Stigma, I see you. Thanks for the follow on Instagram. And if you guys did not know, you guys will see it on my starting soon screen, but I am part of a team of people, wonderful people. And we are the Chaotic Family. We are a stream team of people who do all sorts of stuff. We have people who write, we have people who game. I do art, obviously, and then sometimes game. And we're just a great mix, beautiful people. There's a whole grip of them. And there is exclamation part. I think it's exclamation point. Family gets you there. Kelsey, welcome back. MGX Vared. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I always like to model military stuff like weapon modeling and military vehicles. I do too. I am actually quite fond of that, so I get that. There it is. There's his family. Bunch of wonderful people. Super blessed to have all of them in my life. Especially all of them who are helping me today, because I did not expect today to go the way it's going, but I'm super thrilled it's going the way it's going. This is messy. I kind of thought this was a good idea. And I kind of don't like it. So I think I'm going to take a page from Ponytail Fantasy's book. And I'm going to build this horrible object and then just retopologize it. Because I don't like it. But this is kind of my catch-up stream. I'm trying to catch up on the things that I've been ignoring. Why are you not merging? What? Okay, there we go. I was selecting something. Why is there a black line? Am I missing something here? Alright. I apologize for how offensive this looks. I promise I will fix it. I played Cyberpunk yesterday. That's one of my favorites. Why did Orion fire off? Oh, you went too many commands in. Kelsey, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Is that going to give me what I want? Yeah, it is. Nope. I honestly don't even care what this is doing to my topology on this model. You ever like get into that where you're like building something and you're in the zone and then you finish up and you're like, why didn't I just start that over from the beginning? That's probably going to be what this ends up being. I'm going to call it now. All right, so mesh tools. Don't know what I'm even doing here. MGX, thank you so much for the follow. I recently started following you in YouTube and Discord. You were good. I don't like to compare you with another streamer, but there is something in you which is a good vibe. I love to be a friend with you, and your work and technique is really easy to understand, which has improved my skills and motivation as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I don't mind being compared to other people, as long as it's not in a negative way. That's really cool. I'm glad that you feel comfortable here, and I'm glad that you're able to learn from the things that I teach. The whole teaching and tutorial thing, that's very new for me. So as much feedback as you guys can ever give me on tutorials is super helpful, so I can learn how to do them better for you. Because I think that's really what I want to do. Like, I want people to be able to learn this stuff. And a lot of people, there's like this barrier of entry in like Autodesk software and like Maya, because like just the education doesn't really exist. And if you're like me, you're not going to pop open the, you know, the included, what you call it, the, like the guides that they include with the software, because like that's just the worst way to learn. So I'm hoping that my content can teach people going forward how to use this application in a way that like makes sense. Did that work? It worked. You know, it doesn't really honestly look that bad smooth. There's a weird lump there. Oh, that's why. I still don't understand why there's this like weird black. I don't get that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's there. But I think what I'm going to do is just merge that, because I hate it. I don't like it at all. No, that makes it worse. We should probably not do it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to retopologize this entire piece and just not worry about that. But it looks good. That accomplished kind of what I wanted. Kind of not, because I screwed that up too, but you know what? It's fine. It's your normals. On just those faces? What's up, Jared? How you doing, Dan? Unlock them? Wrong component type has been selected. To do that on the whole object? Oh, shoot. Look at that. I've never had that issue before. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Cool. So that's better, aside from the fact that we jacked that up. That I'll worry about in a little bit. But that's now one solid piece. We fixed the engine. Kind of canopy there. This is still a whole nother monster I got to tackle. But it's getting there. I still don't understand why that split apart the way it did. But again, I was having so many issues with that save file, and then that piece is just way out there for some reason. I don't even know. This one doesn't seem to have as many issues. It's got this weird split in it, but it's not as jacked up as the other one is. That's so strange. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to remodel that, which I hate to say. I might be able to pull that from my old file and fix it, but I'm going to call that a dead piece right now for now. It was cool looking. Yeah, I don't know. When I transferred to this new file, it fixed a lot of issues, but it also corrupted a couple pieces. Stuff that's easy to fix, but just kind of annoying to fix. But it is what it is. A lot of those parts are sci-fi. Thank you, Ponytail. I was doing 3D modeling for almost 2 to 3 years, not like professional way, but by learning from my degree. Some YouTube tutorial, but I always want to go in deep with topology and model optimization. It's super important to learn, and it's something that I'm still getting better at because I was never the best with it. I ignored it a lot. Yeah, it was never something that I really focused on, and now that I'm doing this on the internet for everyone to see, it's something I really wanted to make sure I was focusing on. And there's clear like evidence that I'm not the best at it. I've redone this area like 5 different times, and I'm probably gonna end up going back through here a 6th time just to fix it and clean it up more, but it's getting better each time I work on it. And a lot of it comes down to just learning the new skills and the new tools. Those parts haven't been discovered or invented yet. You're absolutely right, Z. Connor, I just dumped a few screenshots in Discord. Oh, yeah, hell. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay. So like a fire extinguisher? That's cool. I like that. That's Blender, right? Looks like Blender, I think. The shading looks oddly Blenderish, unless it was like ZBrush or something. Those are sick. I love that. Okay. I mean, thankfully we accomplished what I wanted to, which was to fix this. And I do want to actually mirror that. Let's just get that over here. And this should technically line up. Oh, look, it doesn't. Did I move that engine? I did move the engine up, didn't I? Always remember to do stuff at the same time that you do other stuff. Because then you copy something and you're like, why does that not look right? Modify, center pivot. I'm really sad. So I spent the other day, when I was trying to troubleshoot what my issues were with the file that I was having problems with, I spent literally like 3 hours going through and naming everything. And then when I merged everything into a new file, it completely jacked up my entire naming scheme, and I have to redo it. And it made me so sad. Like, I had everything working the way I wanted to. So how do you know if they look right? I mean, cool is subjective. I mean, that's just what it is, right? As long as they look cool. I mean, really, if you're thinking about like how it looks right, to me, like as long as like when it's smoothed, it doesn't look like crap, and the topology flows well, that's all I care about. But as far as them looking like realistically functional, I try to make everything look realistically functional, like these door hinges and everything like this. That's something I spent a lot of time on, but I don't necessarily care about like thruster patterns and stuff like that on like how you would actually have a ship take off. I did have a thought the other day though. I think I'm gonna add like a little panel underneath one of the front wings that's gonna open up when it lands, and it just has some little propulsion in it. Just because I'm trying to think how this would work physically. I like to think that way. But yeah, no, it's just kind of playing with it and then making it look neat. On something like this, I focus more on making it look neat than I do like the actual physical functioning. If you want to learn ZBrush like I'm learning, you can follow Flip Normals or Polygon. I've heard of Flip Normals. I've never heard of Polygon. I'd have to look at him or them. Yep, done in Blender. I gotta go eat dinner. Might be back. Connor Sachs. All right, sweet. If you're not back, have a great night. It was good talking with you and good having you in, and I look forward to talking to you in the Discord. And again, thank you everyone who's joined tonight from Instagram, from YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're coming from. I appreciate you all being here. It's been awesome talking with you all. And so far, I think I'm going to keep the Instagram lives. I'm not, it hasn't really affected like my workflow streaming wise. Are you ending stream? No, I'm not. Just doing like my mid-stream thank yous. I've still got another 45 minutes before I'll end. And just to give everyone an update, so kind of the way I work, Mondays are kind of like a floating art day, so sometimes I'll do art. I am going to, at some point, do some 3D printing content. I've got all of that set up. I just need to sand one of the models that I want to work on stream. So Mondays are kind of like floating art days, so I'll do 3D, I'll do drawing, I'll do whatever. I'm trying to learn drawing again because I haven't done it in so long. So it's one of those things I'm trying to get back into. And then Wednesdays are always dedicated 3D streams. And then Thursdays are floater days. Right now they've been gaming days. And so you'll only see me live on Twitch on Thursdays generally. But all of my art streams will be live on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube simultaneously. And then when I do gaming, I keep that specifically to Twitch now. Just because on the other applications, it jacks with the algorithms, and I don't want to really do gaming content on those other platforms because, you know, they're dedicated to like the art stuff that I'm doing. All right, so if we smooth that guy, so we do have that little issue right there. Let's fix that real quick because it's bugging me. I want to know actually why is that doing that? Oh, it's because we merged. That's why. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to remember why we did that. I honestly don't know. But what I can do is just go... Just merge these guys real quick. Nope. I think that should have fixed it for the most part. Yeah, so now it's just... Now it just needs some edge support, so we'll just insert some edge loops here. Wow, that's actually working, so that's a plus. And G. Okay, so we have a break there that we need to fix. And we have a break in there that we need to fix. The question is, where is... Okay, I see. Multi-cut. Go there. Boom. What? Why? I hate how the multi-cut tool will do that sometimes. It's like if you actually try to do it the right way. Go right there. Thank you. Vertex. Okay, we'll link those up. And then we'll slide this guy across there. Link that up. And then we have another...
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
Z. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm here at 8 a.m. Nice. Which game? I play Genshin Cyberpunk. So we kind of change off. We've been playing a lot of Helldivers lately. What else have we been playing? Halo. We played some Halo. Nothing crazy competitive. Sometimes when you think about what would be functional, it leads to the necessity to create something cool, like flaps. They fold out, fold in. Exactly. That's how I think. I tend to think, like, how would this look functionally, and then just kind of go from there. Said you're working on this model for portfolio development, so you're trying to get a job in the future and continue as a social media artist and have a good portfolio. That's an awesome question. I'm not currently trying to work in the industry right now. I think at some point that might change. It's really, it kind of comes down to the way I feel about my current career, and I can tell you that my current career is not my favorite thing in the world. I've worked on computers for too long at this point. So I do think at some point here, I will probably look at trying to get in the industry. I'm just not sure what I want to do yet, if I'm being fully honest with you. I see what happened here. Turn you off. Delete that. There's an extra face there too. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. But for now, social media is kind of what I enjoy doing. Hey Haley, how are you? And I don't know, honestly, social media is just kind of more fun. I enjoy talking with people and getting to know people. So I think when it comes down to it, I enjoy that a little bit more. I didn't get you. You gotta get me when I'm focused, Haley. That's where you gotta get me. Okay. The only other thing I'm gonna do... Well, no, I don't know if I can do that. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I can. It doesn't really matter, though. That's a minute detail that doesn't matter. Okay, that's much better. Cool, so we're fixing a lot here, and I'm actually super happy with the way that's working. Okay. That's good. You did good. Did some good stuff. Me too, I'm still so confused for which job role I would like to enter, like modeling, but I want a job as a 3D game level designer in the industry with Unreal Engine. I get that. It's one of those things where I've spent some time thinking about it, and like a lot of what I do is hard surface modeling, and I really do like it. I do kind of tend to think that I would be good in a generalist role once I get the skill level that I want to get. And it's part of the reason I've decided to just go all in with this and do what I'm doing, is because I want to develop my skills as high as I can and just go with it. So I think generalist is probably where I would look at. Yeah, environment design is really cool. I haven't used Unreal Engine yet. It's on my list of things to learn. I'm still kind of going through Substance Painter right now and figuring that out, because for the longest time all I did was use Mudbox and Photoshop. And that is obviously not the best workflow at all. So close though, he was in chat mode unfortunately. What happened? Oh yeah, I know. 2 windmills are standing in a wind farm. One asks, what's your favorite kind of music? The other replies, I'm a big metal fan. Absolutely. Thank you for the pun, Kelsey. I just got my windmill cert. Gonna have to share. You what? Do you work on windmills now, Z? I think a lot of it comes down to MGX is that confidence-wise, I'm not super confident in my skills yet. I know I'm getting there, and I know I can do some really cool stuff, but I know that there's still a lot to learn. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've had to just kind of sit back and realize this year, is that I've just got a lot to learn. And I don't really need to rush trying to get into the industry right now, but I do want to look at it as a potential in the future. No, let's not do that. Fix that. I knew I selected something I shouldn't have. Okay. Let's make sure we didn't, No, we're still good there. Okay. So that flows nice. I think what I'm going to do now is kind of work on rounding this. Because right now we've got this like sharpness to it. And then we got to fix these faces down here because there's just too much going on here. These were left over from another piece. I think what I'll do is we'll do isolate view selected. So these all need to go somewhere. And then there's this extra loop that needs to... Yeah, something got merged there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. I'm going to delete that. Or not. There's something hidden there. Yeah. Okay, so there was an extra... There was an extra something there. There's an extra couple of things there that shouldn't be there. Let's follow that and figure out where that goes. Whoa. So that loops around. It's just a supporting edge loop. I don't want to get rid of it necessarily, but these bottom ones can merge up. Okay. Oh man. Good decision. I'll give you 2 options in the future to continue your social media. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I look at it. It's, you know, I'm building my portfolio, and my portfolio is going to be what it is. I'm not really putting a whole lot of like rush on it or intense focus on it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to work in IT anymore, but it pays the bills, and streaming is a great hobby right now. And this 3D stuff that I'm doing online is fulfilling, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy teaching people and talking with people, so I'm just kind of living with it. Alright, so that face didn't need to exist. Okay, so I'm seeing what happened here. It's starting to make sense. That doesn't make any sense, but it's starting to make some sense. Let's straighten this out here. Okay. That didn't help a whole lot, but that's all right. Let's try to clean this up as best as possible here. that. So this is where we gotta figure out what to do with this. Because these terminate off and they create more edge loops down, but I really don't want this many edge loops coming through here. And then this giant end gun is something to be seen. So I definitely want to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is just delete that for now. We're going to bridge across because ideally this is the way I would want this to work. And then from there, we just have to establish where we want to either delete these or what we want to do with them. And I think I'm just going to work my way up to the back of this. Okay. Mesh tools, and I'm not sure. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, see, this is not what we want to deal with. So right now, that's creating a really weird edge loop through there. So that's not what we want necessarily. Because ideally, we're going to break these down at some point. So we're going to leave that for right now. I want to come in here and clean some of this up. I'm going to turn everything else on and just kind of work on this. Because some of this geometry got skewed and screwed up. Turn that off. Haley, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Just playing PVZ2. What is that? Saw a reel on Insta where the wife changes the husband's text shortcuts to say fat every time he says hot. Pretty beautiful. That's terrible. Shared my vehicle model. It's quite old. I made it 1.5 years ago, and it was my first try of a model. I was trying to make a tank, but when I don't know how to make the upside part of the tank, which is the turret, I had to convert Hamas rocket launcher. Let me take a look. Let's see here. Oh, okay, you did like a what do they call those? Are they scav launchers? I forget what they're called. No, that's cool. Yeah. I can show you guys the tank that I did a long time ago. File, save scene. Let me save that real quick. Hope it's seen. I can show you guys the tank that I did. I think it's in here. Yeah, it's in here. Recomp. This one? I think it's this one. It might open. This was a pretty hefty file. This was one of my finals in college. Yes, it was. Why do you ask? Doing good. That's good. I'm glad. Oh, that's right. I remember what I was doing. Okay, so on this guy, so I don't know why it looks like that. I was gonna say, go ahead, Maya, freak out on me. Standard surface. Oh, you know why? I think it was just the base Lambert. No. It's just assign a regular blend. Okay, for some reason it wants to make everything dark. Oh, there we go. Alright. So yeah, this was my tank I did. This was kind of my final for college. And it's also kind of one of the reasons why I look at this now and I'm like, they did not teach me very well. There were just a lot of issues with this that I found that I wasn't like a fan of when I started remodeling this. So I redid the tank treads. Are these the new ones? These are the new ones. Or is this the new one? I don't know. There's duplications of it everywhere. No, these are the new ones. Yeah. I don't know. It was a cool model. It looks good. I wasn't super unhappy with it when I finished it, but there's just a lot that could have been changed on it, and the topology is just not very good. It's good in places, but there's other things that it's just not good on. I had to completely redo these rocket tubes. That was something that looked terrible. I slapped those together. So this was a fun model. I've been kind of slowly going through this one and just redoing it. It just kind of depends on when I have time to actually work on this one, because this was one of my favorite models that I did. It's also one of the only ones that survived my hard drive crashing, and back when I finished college. I had a hard drive die and it just was over. I think he's having a time of his life right now. So let's go ahead and reopen. Can we not highlight that? Let's not. Oh, cool. That doesn't go away. Ugh. Let's see. Project 77 ship. Scenes. And then current working file MA. There it is. Don't save. Yeah, I don't know. The tank was cool. It's just, it's something that I look back on fondly, but I still want to fix it. One thing I learned from 3D modeling, how much you did your best, still you feel like you have work to do. But I like the tank model. I'm also planning to remodel my Hamas tank, but currently busy with final year exam and annoying theory sections, which we need to get a degree. I get that. There were a lot of stupid classes that we had to take that made no sense. I had to take a psychology class, and I was just like, I don't understand how this pertains to my degree at all, but whatever. So I get having to deal with that. That sucks. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Just want to fix some of this. I'm going to surface slide. Go right about there. Just trying to fix some of these issues that we have going on in here. Turn that off real quick. Surface slide. Okay, we're good there. Again, we're going to come back to that. I might just worry about this offline. That's going to be something I have to research a little bit into, just because I'm not sure how to actually close that topology off the way I need to. I can tell you this needs to be... Insert edge loop tool. Just add those for now. Nope, don't do that. I always forget to exit the tool. This is one thing I've neglected, which is just going through here and actually cleaning up the geometry. As you can rightfully tell. Still not sure what I want to do with that. It's pretty hidden underneath this thing, but it's there and I know about it and I don't want it to be there. So I don't know, I'll do something with that. Am I lagging out here? It does look like I'm lagging a bit. Is it in video? Let's see, why am I dropping frames? I think it was in video. In video was overloading the encoder. That's fine. I'll just leave it up. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Still feel at least like Western college have more up-to-date syllabus. In India, we have admission in private college to maintain industrial level syllabus. It's... I don't know. I don't want to talk too badly about college here in the US, but I think it's just a mess. I think it depends. It depends on where you go. A lot of the resources you can learn 3D are much better online now. Heading towards the Art Institute. Have a great stream. Ponytail Fantasy. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. It really depends on where you go. I could tell you my school was not a good choice. It was just kind of a bad choice. I know a lot of people who went to other schools, even local school here, that did better for them than Full Sail did for me. A lot of them here just want your money. So it really depends. That's gonna bug me for a while until I get that fixed. But I'm not super stressed about it. Let me just pull this out though so it doesn't look that terrible. Okay. Alright, so I'm liking where we're going so far. Got a lot of this cleaned up. Some of it not so much. That just caused me a whole bunch of issues. That's why it caused me a whole bunch of issues. Okay. That's better. A lot of the time when I'm working, I'll just go through every once in a while and just make sure I'm cleaning everything up that I want to clean up. I know it's the same case you said, money is everything for them. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It sucks. Love the game. I want to see how you are. Oh, okay. I was also planning to go to master in US or Australia in AMIT. One thing I like about the other university are they have projects focused syllabus. That's good, and that's probably better. The thing I didn't like about Full Sail and the thing that they really did to us that I just did not agree with at all was you signed up for the program. Every single class is a month long. So you have a month to learn whatever it was, and like I'm talking like we had a month to learn ZBrush, which you can learn a lot of ZBrush in a month, but there's no way you're going to be proficient in it. And I forgot everything from that class just because there's so much to learn. And then they go from ZBrush to rendering, or if you were unlucky, you went from ZBrush to like texturing. It just a lot of it just didn't help. And so it's why I don't look back fondly on my college experience. And I think it's different for a lot of people. It depends on like where you went to school. But I know for myself, I don't recommend most of it just because college was not the best in my experience. I'm getting to that point where I'm zooming around just trying to figure out what else to do. But I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, which we fixed this. We fixed that. What else did we fix? Fixed a lot of the edge flow down here. Didn't really fix that, but that'll be next for me. And then I think to generate some content this week, I'm going to fill in these holes with something. That's what I tend to make my reels on is like the detail work, because I know that's something that people like watching. This stuff necessarily isn't the funnest to watch, but it's a good time to talk with people and kind of learn about each other. Where does this edge loop go? You. What do you do? Where are you going? You're really doing nothing constructive, are you? I might delete that. Think about that. Or I could just merge it over. What happens if I do that? I did something. Now, is it something I wanted? I don't know. It's like sewing. Whoa, let's not. It is technically sewing. You're sewing the parts together. The rest of this I'm going to drag forward a bit so I don't deform that geometry too much. Check that. Jesus. Sharky! Sometimes I feel as well, we only go to college to learn software and then practice on our own. That's kind of, yeah, that's a fair point. You do really go to learn the software, and then if you don't, like, that's the thing with like any type of artistry. If you don't practice while you're, in your off time, like, you're not going to continue learning and you're going to lose that information. And that's something that I did for the longest time. Like, until about the last year or so, I haven't really used my 3D software all that much. I was paying for it every single year. I just wasn't using it. And so like my skills were still kind of there, but I've had to just get used to this again. And while I'm pretty fairly can say that I'm now back onto like a curve of like learning again, instead of just trying to relearn. It was definitely kind of a pain. It's just one of those things, like, if you don't spend time on those skills, you will lose them. But it's the same with anything. I need to be careful with what I'm selecting here. The nice thing is it's sliding along the surface anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I could have saved a lot of time by just deleting this, but it's okay. Ooh, wait a minute. No, that's fine. Alright, cool. So that kind of cleaned that up a little bit. And then I think what I'll end up doing is just smoothing that out a little bit more. But that also reduced some of the phases that we had going on in there, which is kind of what I was going for. So I'm happy I was able to do that. Still hate the way this like links into the model, but I haven't found a good way to do that. It looks fine smooth. It just still needs its outer support rings to actually make it look like it's a piece. But getting there on the body. The body is the one thing that I have just left to like the very last because it stresses me out. Yeah, see, and a lot of this is just like broken, which I can rebuild a lot of it. Mesh tools. We'll take the multi-cut tool in here. And so, see, we have a bunch of edge loops running through here that just need to be fixed. I think a big part to this all, too, is just learning how to troubleshoot your own models. That's super important. This is going to have to stop there, though, because I haven't done re-topo on that area. Enter. Pull these back. Okay. So that should be a little bit more supported now. Yeah, that's good. And then I'll connect this across. In fact, I can do that real quick. If I think about this. Turn this into a bridge. Add a division. Merge that together. Give us that nice flow. And then mesh tools. We'll do one more edge loop here. I'm going to drag this guy over here. Actually, let's see if I can just merge that together. Yeah, that's fine. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. One more here. Vertex. Link that together. Come on. Do what I say. There we go. Okay. Why don't you make those spaceship vents make the different part? It will be easier for you. You talk about these. Because I wanted to kind of make that its own thing. I thought about doing separate parts, but to me it seemed like it was kind of a cop-out to do it that way. I wanted certain parts to be all one piece. I may end up going that route just because I absolutely hate that shape, but I haven't really decided yet. That's been one of my problem areas. Yeah, there's one or two N-gon in the circle of the spaceship. Where do you see those? Up here? You're talking about up here? I don't see what you're seeing. Oh, I do have a triangle right there. That one I knew about. That one could probably just be merged. Can you show the mess around the back of the thrusters? Yes, this is None of it's smooth right now, but this is what the rear of the ship looks like right now. Obviously, it's cut in half right now, but that was probably one of my favorite parts of the ship to work on, was that area. Okay. You know what I'm noticing too? Those got deleted on the other side. How weird. Yep, in the main body frame. I mean, I know I have some down here-ish. I know there's one in here. I know there's a couple in there. Most of them I think I've found already. I know I have this. That'll be something I had to fix. Everything else should be a quad. I mean, isolate main body and check circle. Oh, show. Oh, oops. I see what you're saying. On the inside of it. Oh, yeah. That is because when I did that, I didn't know what I was doing. So that's actually a really good point. I can fix that real quick. Come here. All of you. And this actually may not work the way I want it to, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not really going to do what I want it to. It doesn't have to really be perfect, but I would like it to not look like absolute trash in here. That was the nice thing about this area, is it was kind of hidden. But you're right, I shouldn't leave those. It was an area that I just stopped caring about. Let's do a circularize. Okay. We'll pull that in one more time. And then what I like to do is now is I'll just bridge that. Add a division. Scale that. And fix that. There we go. It's fixed. It still doesn't look pretty, but it looks better than it did. Hydrate. That's actually a fantastic idea. I told myself before stream I was going to drink this bottle, and I have not. Alright. I don't think that screwed anything up. No, it didn't. There's no... Jesus Christ. Haley. For those of you who did not know, on Twitch you can actually scare me when I'm super concentrated. It's a fun little thing that I added a long time ago. It was really for gaming, but I left them because everybody seems to like them. Okay. That's better. It's still not, like, perfect, but... I wonder... what happens if I do this? I'm curious. Oh, it twists everything. I hate that. What if I rotate it back? No. We're not going to mess with that. Because you can't even tell it's there. I mean, you kind of can, but... Tiggy. Sir. Okay. Yeah. Worry about that a little bit later. Okay, so we did lose a little bit of a connection back here. That's honestly just because this doesn't go back far enough. This is another shape I might end up rebuilding. I promise at some point this model will finish. Okay. Do modify, we're going to center the pivot on that, Control D. I really should be like renaming these as I work on them. But I'm a fool. Okay, just get that back in place. Okay. honestly, I think we're getting to a good point here where I might get ready to call it. That got all jacked up somehow, and I don't know why. Let's fix that real quick. It's better. I don't know why that got jacked up. I don't remember scaling that. Maybe I did. You start to go a little crazy after working on these for as long as you have. Especially doing like a 3-hour-long stream, you just like kind of start losing it. Not seeing any other issues that I can like easily fix here. I'm not really worried about doing supporting edge loops just yet. I also haven't decided if I want to bevel these or if I want to do edge loops yet. I know I do need to support the blasters themselves because they don't have any edge loops on them currently. They're just raw. And then I do want to figure out later, I think that'll be the next thing, is figuring out what I want to do here with this, because right now I've got this little lead pipe, which has somehow changed shape again. Telling you, I had so many weird issues with that last model. Let's pull that out. And then 3. Okay. Did I shrink the ship somehow? Did I move it? Oh, shoot. I moved it. I don't know how I did that. Oh, no. Damn it. Alright, let's just undo all that work I just did. For no apparent reason. Okay. Let's just shift it back. Yep, I moved it. Okay. That's better. That scared the crap out of me. Free plugin from Maya to make wire with line tool? What's it called? I'd have to look at it. I've never seen that. The way I do these now is I just draw a... I'll do a curve, and then when you go to polymodeling, you can do this sweep mesh. It works pretty well. I haven't really had any issues or concerns with it. Okay. But I think that's it. I think I'm going to save the scene now. We're going to call it there. Let's go back to our main screen. Back on just for effect. Everybody, tonight was amazing. Let me check the YouTube real quick. Do we hit 1K? Whew, we are 2 away. 2 away from 1K on YouTube. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. This has been an awesome experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the Instagram Live. I'll be doing more of them. Again, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday every single week. Keep an eye on my Discord if you're in there for updates. I'll post in there if I'm not going live or anything like that. And yeah, tonight's been awesome. Thank you for everyone who's new. Welcome on in. Welcome to the Twitch. Welcome to YouTube. And welcome to the Instagram if you followed on Instagram. I don't get notified when people follow on Instagram. So it's just kind of a toss-up on what happens there. But yeah, no, I appreciate you all. This has been amazing. Chris, thanks again. Text the Chaos Seekers. You guys have seen him in chat. He's been an amazing mod tonight. He's helped me out tremendously. Yeah, no, it's been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the chats and everything. I will be back live tomorrow on Twitch, I think. I think we're gaming tomorrow. Are we gaming tomorrow, Chris? Did we plan for that? Nice to have you live today. Thank you so much, MGX. Don't quote me. Chris, did we plan on being live tomorrow for games? Or am I doing art? I don't care either way. I'll do either or. Jump in Discord after we can talk. Okay, so there's a possibility we will be live tomorrow with games. If not, I'll be on art. You'll know if I go live on YouTube and Instagram if I'm doing art. But if not, I'll see you all live on Twitch tomorrow. Instagram, this is where I leave you. Thank you again so much, everybody. I will see you, and I'll chat with you and react to your comments as much as I can. You all have a wonderful night. And the same for you, YouTube. Good night, YouTube.